Dripping paint, dripping paint. There ain't no stains on me. Dripping paint, dripping paint. There ain't no stains on me. Dripping paint, dripping paint. There ain't no stains on me. Fresh and clean, rocking my creative jeans.
Anyway, but like for me, like I understand my value. I understand that I'm a loving, compassionate, caring person. I'll do what I have to do for my family to provide for my family or whoever that I'm dealing with. And you will have women that's like, oh, that's what I want. I want somebody to love, respect me, and all that stuff. But it's like, okay, when you interacting with a guy that actually does those things and won't cheat on you, will be loyal, but then you will sit here and pick dude that's got 4 or 5 kids that don't take care of none of them, even though you know he ain't nothing, but you still choose to be with him. Which is another topic that I'm like, I don't understand why women be F buddies with dudes that ain't nothing, when it's like, what is the point in doing that? Because you know you are aware that you could potentially get pregnant by him.
I mean,
and you know he's not gonna do what he's supposed to do for your child. Now you just sitting there looking like a bitter ass baby mama because you with a nigga.
They don't want to do stuff. They don't want to do stuff with people they care about. They don't want to have any feelings involved if it's just F.
But feelings are involved because they usually end up liking the dude anyway.
Well, sure, but they don't know that at the time.
Nah, geez.
And then what's the challenge? What's the challenge in getting a guy who probably worked for you, nice guy, you get friend zoned, see, because they value what you bring to the table, your conversation, the fact that you're understanding, they enjoy talking to you, and so they friend zone you because they don't want to lose you. They friend zone you. But the dude over here,
friend zone is like a layaway plan in itself. But.
True. But the dude over here, he's exciting, he's daring, he's disrespectful, and they kind of like that. You know, disrespectful and sweet at the same time. Like, you know, because you got to remember the contradictions. Well, the bad guy will appear to be a good guy, right? So they will try to take on a lot of the good guy roles, right? And totally confuse this woman. So this woman is seeing contradictions already. Right. And she likes it because if you think about the list that they give you, oh, he's a thug. He's so sweet. He gave me flowers. And, oh, but he disrespected me and called me a bitch. But oh, then he turned around and, you know, we had great sex and it was great. And, you know, but then he starts becoming more like himself. You have more bad. Now he's more thuggish and more of the cheating and disrespectful. And you're getting less and less of the other stuff that you like. But you're holding on to that. What you liked in the beginning. Because you're like, oh, I love this. If I could just change him and make him do. See, you don't do molding. You got to take the guy exactly how he is. If you don't like how he is, you need to just step. You're not going to change it.
It's just like y'all say there ain't no build a bitch workshop, there ain't a build a nigga workshop. You can't take pieces from here, and here and combine them and now you got your perfect guy. It don't work that way. It's not how life works.
People try it though.
Because if it was, I'm pretty sure we'd all be happy.
And then
now I feel like even if we did have that, niggas would still find a way to cheat. But
the interesting thing is, us guys, we have the same dilemma. Like, we're looking for a nice girl, but we'll entertain the thoughts. You know, it's like, oh man, I got a crazy baby mama. Well, you know, for most guys, you was chasing tail, right? You was chasing ass. You like, I was looking for somebody who, you know, who was down to, you know what I'm saying? And I found her. But every woman that's down to fuck is not going to be a good mom. They're not going to be a good mom. They're not going to, the communication, like when it comes to parenting, may not be there. So it happens to guys too, but a lot of guys are not griping about there ain't no good women out here. There ain't no, all women are dogs. There ain't no good women out here. You know,
just imagine if we took their standpoint on how all guys ain't shit and just be like, oh, I had one bad experience with a woman. That's it. All women ain't shit.
Right. So we don't have that luxury to do that. We were hopeful that we'll find what we're looking for. But I think with guys, though, guys are content with like, I'll just mess around until I find what I want, what I'm looking for. But I think a lot of that is how society accepts us doing that too. Whereas with women, they're like, oh, you out here messing with a bunch of dudes? Then they get the label of being a thought or a hoe. Yeah. So it's a lot more difficult for women to date and find what they're looking for. So if there's something remotely looks good, it's like, oh, this is the one. Okay, we're in a relationship. And then if it goes wrong, then obviously it's our fault. But women, you got to remember, like, you get to elect your president. Pretty much, you're going to elect the president of your house. And the thing about your household is, your president doesn't have any power for real. women, you are like you are Congress. You are the other branches of the government, right? Yo, dude, yes. He's the president. He's the face. When things go wrong, you blame him. When things go right, you can kind of give him the credit, but yeah, he might receive some of the credit. But most likely, when things need to be done, intruder break in your house, the president goes down to see what's happening. The president get to die first. It is what it is. Now, since this is your president, that means you get to elect him. So if you elect a bad president, I hate to tell you this, and you're not going to like it, but it's on you, because you elected him. You can choose the guy that's right for you.
Starting to seem like you. It seems like